One of my favorite things that
really
he's ever done is marry a woman named Melania and then let her make a movie about her life, which, let me tell you,
we watched it.
And at the end of it, we fast forwarded through the last like 45 minutes because whatever.
It's one of the most beautiful movies.
But let me tell you this. At the end of that movie, I looked at Raven and I said, I don't know what we just watched because I learned nothing. All I understood was that Melania walks through a lot of hallways. She gets in scary ass looking elevators that I would never want to get into. And she does things like this. This morning I woke up and I walked down the stairs and I talked to Essie, my designer of 40 years. And this is my vision, brought to life, full vision. And today I will call my husband and say, I made a plan for inauguration dinner. We'll have gold plates.
This is good.
She's so good at it.
That's all she learned.
You ate that.
That was it.
You ate that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tea Time. You don't... What? You guys...
Speak, I just wait.
Oh.
Just wait. Okay, I want to do what she does. She says I always do it.
Hi, you guys. We're so happy to be back with another episode of Tea Time with
me,
Raven, and me, Miranda. And today on the podcast, we've already been talking for like 25 minutes because we have an amazing guest who wore green because he knew I was going to wear a green zit sticker. You guys, it's Kalen Allen.
My God, listen here.
We were about to praise you first. You're on our podcast. We get to praise you first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for you to infiltrate humanity the way that you have with your comedy, authenticity, with your star quality, it's really hard sometimes. With your light, it's really hard sometimes to go from small screen to big screen. And every idol, every icon has been in your presence and has given you the sign off for you to be huge. And that means something. All the ladies love it. All the ladies love it. All the fellas love it too. You are hilarious, funny. You know everyone I know. And I'm like, why aren't we bestier friends? I'm confused. How are you, love?
Listen, I said this in the email.
Yeah.
I have gotten call sheets from Michelle Obama.
Oh, bitch.
For Oprah. There is no call sheet that I've ever got that made me more excited than to be here.
You're so sweet.
Let me tell you something, Raven.
That's so amazing.
Let me
And
say something.
my response, that's wild.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
And ha-ha.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, and That's So Raven was doing a competition to get somebody to be the hall monitor for the musical episode.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And I remember being a kid and like, that's all I wanted to be. That's all I wanted to do. I was like, I need it. I want it. I was growing up in Kansas City. Let me tell you something. I met a lot of people, Raven. If baby Kalen knew
that
he would be sitting here.
You're so sweet.
No, you don't understand, baby. You talked about comedy. You taught me how to do comedy. I studied you. I can watch any episode of that, and I'm not even just That's So Raven. I mean the whole
Thank you.
span. And I tell you this every goddamn time I see you.
Yeah, I'm blushing.
I'm like, give her fucking flowers. You are a fucking icon.
Thank you, love.
You have done what none of the other motherfuckers was doing. You understand me?
Pew, pew, pew.
I say it today. I say that is the Lucille Ball of our generation. And it's only because it was on a family network that they don't give you the credit for it.
There's some truth to that.
You know what I mean? If it wasn't a kid thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, we're talking about That's So Raven. We talking about Cheetah Girls. We talking about College Road Trip. Like, it was fucking working.
But let me say this.
So true.
In defense of that kid network, the reason y'all got that was because of the 2 to 3 jobs that I had prior to.
Correct.
I was on network TV at 3 years old,
Yes,
so
you
I
were.
learned it on The Cosby Show, and I learned it on Hang with Mr. Cooper and Queen, and even Dr. Dolittle, the first one. So I was walking into a network that had never done a sitcom before with education behind me, compared to some of the others where their first gig was this, or their first gig wasn't that, but it definitely wasn't the type of education that I got.
Correct.
So thank you for that. And at the same time, I was at school. I had already took the tests and passed, you know what I mean? So it was pleasurable to be on a show to where I could use the things that I learned, because I did study Lucille Ball and I did study Carol Burnett and Whoopi and all these people. So I appreciate that you sucked up what I learned, because I was just regurgitating too.
I think it's beautiful. I think, as somebody that works in digital content, what people don't understand when it comes to Hollywood and entertainment is I don't give a shit about the celebrity part of it.
Same, yeah.
I do this because entertainment is healing. It is medicine. It helps people see themselves. It helps them cope. It helps them be. Oh, look, a little tub just fell.
That says
it was reverberating.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, but and that's why I do it. You talked about the education. You know what I mean? People learned about racism because they watched that episode, or like the episode when Raven wants to change the uniform. Once, because she doesn't believe in conforming or being told this is who you have to be. Like being able to understand ourselves better through, and I think as somebody that was always told that I was too much and was always felt like I was the outcast, to be able to watch Raven Baxter stand in it and be like, I'm weird and I'm quirky, but I'm living it. And I watched every episode of Raven's Home.
Oh my God.
I watched every episode.
Well, something that Disney is really good at is kind of packaging those episodes with the comedy and the fun, but always a heartfelt lesson.
Absolutely.
And in Raven's Home too, there was the microaggression situation and the learning to drive, and then the comedy that Raven always brings.
The learning to drive was a crazy episode.
That was so funny.
That was hardcore. I directed that one.
But watching Raven for me is so interesting, because when I go back and watch That's So Raven, I sit with you in just the brilliance of them. Like, that truly was lightning in a bottle. And I feel like when I see kids shows today, no offense, it just doesn't match what Raven and her cast and crew were doing. And I know that there's multiple reasons around that, but it's like, it was truly...
You
Yes,
guys,
babes, yes.
the way you're speaking, I love you both, and I know it's about me, and I sucked it up. I got my flowers. But we're talking like our parents right now. We really are, because they said the same thing about our content.
Yeah.
They were like, y'all never do a George Jefferson again. Y'all ain't never gonna do a George Jefferson again. It's like, no, we love ours. And it's interesting because it happens every generation. It really does. And I've come up against this conversation recently because of what I said in the news about the Mount Disney Rushmore situation.
Oh, don't worry. I've been fighting about that. Because you was right.
But I will say that I think that what has changed between when you were a kid on TV and what's happening today is there is so much more cushion.
Yes.
There is so much more consciousness about how children are being handled and treated. When you were there was still that rough and tumble old Hollywood that was
got
like
back problems today.
Exactly.
Of that
Like
shit.
we will put you in a compromising position and hold you there for 2.5 hours because we got to get the shot or we got to get the funny.
Right.
And today it's very like, oh no, we need to make sure everyone feels safe, secure,
Correct.
seen.
Which is great.
Totally.
But I think it's also a case of that. I think what has happened is that there's a lot of looking good but not being good.
100%.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go like this.
There's a lot of looking good but not being good. And for me
Yes.
personally, even in this business, I've been like, I never want to just look good.
Yeah.
Like, I am always like, I just got my master's in journalism at NYU. Like, I am all about learning the foundation because everything is built from the past.
100%.
Yeah.
100.
And the only way we can
louder.
move forward strong and together is if the foundation is strong. And you can't just randomly be born and stand on top of the foundation that was already created and you're
Correct.
trying to figure yourself out. No, you got to start from the bottom and learn and then build your next layer.
Yeah.
It's
Now, the Wizards reboot is good. The Wizards,
love that
I've
for
watched
you.
it. I've watched
okay.
it.
You watch it
you
all?
like
Yes.
it?
You are
I
still
watch
consuming
everything.
the Disney Channel. Good for you.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
I love that.
That's like we was at the Disney luncheon
Yes,
to get
we
like
were.
I am like
Yes.
I know that brand. I think it is remarkable. Walt Disney grew up in Kansas City, where I'm from.
Okay.
So you were
And
connected.
even I went to Disneyland on January 1st. And normally I go and like they call me like the Disney dad because I know how to do the park like from the back of my hand. I can do it with a VIP guide or with that one. Like I can do both ways. You know what I mean?
this.
And this time I didn't ride the rides. I went to the Opera House and I watched the story of Disney. And what I found it to be remarkable was that he went to a theme park. All he wanted to do was ride the carousel with his daughter. And then had a feeling to be like, I want to build a park. And everybody told him it wasn't possible. And they were going broke as they built it. And I'm like, you don't even realize what this became.
Yeah, the
For so
legacy
many
is
people.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
interesting you say that because when I went to the Academy of Art University to get my arts degree, I had to take a history and animation. And I learned about the Walt Disney Company more than I ever knew. And why their stories meant so much and how the animation meant so much. And, we just absorb. We absorb the foundation. We don't really go down and learn about it. And I got to learn about it. And when I got back to work, I was like, I have a new respect for the company because of the foundation that it was built on. This man's dream, this man's wish to teach kids, spoonful of sugar, real situational moments in life and allow them the education and tools to deal with it, i.e. Bambi.
Yeah, yeah.
I.e.
Yes.
Bambi.
I learned a lot about it. Have you guys? Oh, I know you've seen it because I made you watch it. Saving Mr. Banks.
Love it.
I
It is
love
brilliant.
Oh, that
It is
movie.
one of my favorites.
It's fantastic.
And I'm so glad
Yes.
you know how many times I have talked about the movie, nobody ever gets it. Because it's so different than anything they've ever done.
Oh, it's so good.
So
It
good.
is remarkable.
I love it.
The walking around the studio, the seeing the fight that she had about it and how
Yeah.
it was trauma.
Yeah.
But I also argue that Disney doesn't make movies for kids.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Encanto
Yeller.
is about generational trauma.
Period.
Yeah.
She says the house is crumbling because of you.
Yes.
That's her grandmother.
But
Yeah.
the cartoons do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cartoons do that, and that's what they're based on every single time. And that's the beauty of
Now
it.
I don't like Snow White.
Well,
She's boring.
but that's not a
Yeah.
Disney-based story.
That's true.
That is not.
You're
That
right
is
about
a fairy tale.
You're right about
Yeah.
it. That
they
took.
turned.
True.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. You're right about it.
Those real stories that they created,
Yeah.
that's theirs.
You're right about it.
Just to put it out
Now,
there.
Miranda.
Yes.
Yeah. Now,
Go
this,
ahead,
I'm
you
gonna
do
tell
it.
y'all now. I'm gonna tell you now. I have a tendency. Y'all know I want to be talk show host. I have a tendency to take over interviews.
As you
There you
should.
go.
Please do.
Okay.
Please do.
Now, Miranda, I heard that your family created the flaps on the back of a truck.
Oh my God.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you know I don't come to nothing without knowing everybody.
You watched-
I knew I was gonna be obsessed with her, but I wasn't just gonna leave you fucking hanging, Miranda.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Okay, so y'all made the flaps.
Yes. So they made the flaps.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah,
sentence.
the Mayday side of the family. So my dad's dad, brother, started this company, Mud Flaps, and
Mayday
you
Mud
see
Flaps.
them on the truck still.
I've
in
seen
the
it
East
now.
Coast.
You said it. I see it now. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, and so there was this big like family thing because half of the brothers got left out, and it created this whole because obviously they made a ton of money.
Yeah.
And half the family didn't get it, and blah blah blah.
What half was you on?
The struggle half.
The struggle half.
I know you fucking lying.
I think it might be the thing that motivated my dad. No, not really. I think my dad was always a worker bee, but I think it was.
No, I would actually stay with that first train of
You
thought.
think so?
Yeah, because if it's your dad's brother, his great uncle, you know that his father instilled hard work into his kids.
Well, yeah. I mean,
because of that trauma.
my grandfather, who I never got to meet,
Okay.
my dad was born in Buffalo, New York, and he had a bowling alley and a golf course. And my dad, at a very young age, I think around the age of like 7, started working at the golf course. And his job was to collect all the golf balls. And then he started working at the bowling alley. So my dad has been working since he was basically 7 years old.
Wow.
And
He has work ethic,
know.
and that's why he grew in his career so crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But
So
the
who
Mud
did you
Flaps.
want to be?
growing up,
Yeah, like just in general, like what is your dream? Like what fuels you? What is your passion?
I think I really was inspired by my father because from the time that I remember, and he started working at Warner Brothers when I was about 3, and I thought it was the most magical thing in the whole world. And I just loved being there. I learned to drive on the back
I
lot.
started at Warner Brothers, you know.
Oh, really?
Ellen, yeah.
Oh,
we,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
we
right.
filmed there. That was
yeah.
like my first ever
Yes.
time being on a lot.
But
Yes.
were you at the Warner Brothers lot, or were you
Yeah,
at the
he
one
was.
by
I was
the
at Warner
hospital?
Brothers.
No,
I was
he
at
was
the
on the
main
lot.
Warner Brothers lot because that first stage
Was Ellen's.
one, that whole
Yep.
block was
Yeah.
Ellen.
Right across the street from the parking
Yep,
lot. That's where
correct.
the audience would come in.
Yeah, I had a
remember.
parking spot and everything. People used to park in it. I don't know why. My name was fucking on it, but hey, they would park there.
Yeah, that's bold. You should have done what Clint Eastwood did, which Clint Eastwood had a bungalow.
Yeah, it was
and-
next to our stage.
And if people parked in his spot, there was this like lore on the lot because he would come out with a baseball bat
Yeah.
and he'd smash cars.
Yeah.
And my dad literally, I remember we were in a golf cart once and he goes, "Oh no, here comes Clint." And he literally.
I saw him once.
Me
Yeah,
too.
he used to, the bungalow was right next to our stage.
No,
he
I-
used to be there.
That's
Yep.
epic.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I saw him smash a car.
Damn.
It was no joke. But I just felt like that
So
lot.
her dream is to become a producer.
Yeah, I felt like the lot was so amazing. And it wasn't necessarily, I think, fully to produce. I knew that I wanted to do something in entertainment. And I also, I always wanted to be in front of the camera. But my parents, because of their experience, they were like, no, you got to be behind. It's a better place to be behind. So I had this kind of like struggle, but definitely something in this world. And I love creation and art. And so much of the conversation I had in my house growing up with my father was about this because my dad brought work home and it was always business talk. So I kid you not, at the age of 6, my dad would be talking to me about deals, what was working, what wasn't, what was happening on this show, what he was on, I think like probably Babylon 5 around that age. And he would be telling me this. I'd go to set, I'd see the Klingon looking creatures, or not Klingons, that's Star Trek, don't come for me. But they still looked really bizarre. Anyway, I loved the world, so always wanted something here.
And you're doing
it's
it.
building, yeah.
And I was shocked when I sent the email. First of all, I booked myself on this show.
Let him know. Let him
I
know.
saw,
boo.
I saw my friend Brendan was on.
Yes.
And I texted, I said, bitch, if you could be there, I could be there.
Yeah,
I said, what's
you
the
can
email?
Always be here.
What's the
Oh my
email? And
gosh.
then when you were on the emails too,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I
no,
see
she
you.
runs this.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I see you. Because and I do want to say this. I do think, like, we all know the Lord. We know how people feel.
Yeah.
And we know what people say. But I think that's because people need to get to know you for what she saw in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people need to be able to learn more about you
Thank you.
and about your passions and what you care about. Because what you got to realize is the opinions of people have more to do with Raven's celebrity,
Yeah.
not
yeah.
Raven as a human being.
They have no idea who I am.
Like, you got to realize, for a lot of people in Raven, you may not even feel this just because when you live in it, that's all you know. But to people of my generation, especially black people, she is a queen.
I get it.
She is here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
And I think they become very protective. And I think that is also at fault of the audience because the audience was not always protective to you.
Not always. They were never protective of me
They
while
were-
I was
they were
growing
not.
and giving that content. It wasn't
Yeah.
until after.
It wasn't until after.
I think the
yeah.
thing too, and you'll clearly understand this because everything you just said makes me understand you better and know that you are wise and you see things correctly.
He is
which
wise.
I truly.
He is
Smart.
be smart.
You are smart. You are beautiful.
Right, right.
Yes. Oh my God. The Help.
Right, crazy movie.
That's a crazy movie. I don't think you've ever
Crazy
seen it,
movie.
right, babes?
Nice.
Really,
see
Lord
it.
Jesus, it's a crazy movie.
It's a crazy movie. Octavia Spencer recently liked a clip of ours, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Minnie."
You better bring her on over here.
That
I
part.
know. We'll try. But I think the thing that people also don't understand is that Raven, as a whole person, as a human, wouldn't seek a fan as a partner. I think that, part of what bonded us or what she did see in me or connected us was that I didn't know her for Raven, as Raven Simone. I wasn't drawn to her because of the fame or the celebrity. What connected us, what made me fall in love with her, is the person she is. And that is not the person on a television screen. That's one part of many wonderful things about her, but that is not it. So I think that it's disheartening a bit when people are like, oh, how could you not know all these things about her and da-da-da and watch all of it? It's like, well, if I was a fan when I met her back in 2015, we never would have been together. Like, that's not the vibe that most public-facing people are seeking in a partnership. Now, since being together, of course, I've seen everything. I can talk to you about that, So Raven. I can talk about the talents that my wife has because they're plentiful, and I respect her so much as an artist, a human, a director, a friend, all of those things. But
Yo, y'all should have told me this was going to be this way. I just showed up late. I don't like, this is a lot. Can we talk about something else?
don't interrupt me when I'm being so
Live in
lovely.
it.
Exactly.
Live
She's
in
so
it.
uncomfortable.
It's a Thursday.
But
Jesus
you hear,
Christ.
it's a Thursday. She is.
Well, she like to disassociate.
Exactly.
You know me stuff I brought up to her that she didn't fucking remember.
On a state, you know what? We'll talk about why I have amnesia.
Okay.
But
Right,
you hear what I'm
it.
saying. You
Yes.
hear what I'm
no,
saying.
I understand you.
And that's just a thing. But I think we should talk about your shoes because I fucking
Oh my God,
love
I
You
love
like
his shoes.
a little Kyle moment?
They're so
But
cute.
here's what I love about it in
stylish.
general. Not only does he come stylish here, but you also
wanna wear
are
that
stylish
whole
at the airport. And here's my thing. Let me tell
Yes.
you about my YouTube algorithm.
Okay.
It's K-pop airport styles.
Okay.
So give me
Uh-huh.
give me a fit
Okay.
for Atlanta to LA.
Oh God. Okay. So the funny thing is, let me tell you why I always go dressed to the airport.
Okay.
Yes, please.
One time I was stranded in New York, right? And the bags were on the plane. They wouldn't let us get our bags, but I had already been dressed because I came straight from an event. So I was stranded in New York for a couple days. And then I got invited to a Gucci party.
Yeah.
And because I still had the ensemble, I had something to wear.
Good for you.
And so I said, I will never be in an airport
Smart.
not dressed just in case something happens.
Very smart. Very smart.
Because I would much rather be dressed than having to go around in sweats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so ever since then, that's the way I do it. Even when I was just stranded in ATL, I was fully dressed. You know what I mean? Listen, I care about the experience of me.
Yeah.
I care. I take what I do so seriously.
Wait, say that again. I care about the experience
Yes,
of me.
at all times.
That is a taboo. That is a hashtag.
Because I do this to serve the people. And no matter where I am, I want to, even somebody stopped me in the airport, they were like, you are exactly like you are on camera.
Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely. There's no difference. I am here for you.
Oh, I love that.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and if you want, I tell people all the time, you want to stop me. Because I also come from theater.
Yeah.
And the thing about that, I just made my Broadway debut.
what?
Yeah, I did Elf on Broadway. Yeah.
Elf?
Yes,
Stop
I did
it.
Elf.
That's my
Yeah.
dad's show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the show. Was your daddy there?
He's not in it, but he was the
Did he come?
He's the reason Elf is Elf.
He produced the first version of the show.
Well,
which
yeah.
yeah.
I did
I don't
Elf the
know
musical
how
on
was
Broadway.
that for you?
Oh my gosh, it was one of the most
who
wonderful. It
were
changed
you?
my life. I played the store manager, and it
Oh my God,
changed
you got
my
to
life.
Oh no, that was a hallway guy. Okay.
Yeah, it changed.
I was
I'm
like, the
dead.
dream
I'm
came
dead.
true.
I'm
But you
dead.
didn't put that
Yeah,
together.
it's like a hall monitor.
But it was remarkable because it felt like, now I will say this, I got into this business at this level by doing the food reaction videos, right? But that was an accident, and I struggled with it still to this day.
Typecasting.
Well, I felt it was a joke.
And you
I
were
was
so
like, this is
serious.
silly. I was like, the week I moved to LA to do Ellen, I had grad auditions at Juilliard.
That must have stuck.
You know what I mean? And I've always battled with it because I'm like, okay, I do believe that God opened this door, and yes, it's given me this success, but I was a whole different person.
That makes a lot of sense.
I was a thespian. I wanted to do real acting and real work. I wanted to be grounded, And so I always struggled
That makes sense.
with the fact that now I was just making videos in my bed to food that I really didn't give a shit about. That it just happened to be something that caught fire. But I always understood it to be the door to lead me to everything else. And I appreciated that. And I'm coming off of a sabbatical because what I realized is that also growing up was really tough. being a black queer kid in Kansas.
I bet.
To where I was only always told of what I couldn't do, and I realized that my success had been built in trying to prove people wrong.
A lot of people's is.
You know, and then I got here when I moved back to LA from New York after doing Broadway. I got back here and I said, I don't want to perform anymore. I said, I'm tired of having to be something for somebody else. Who do I want to be? What kind of work do I want to make? What kind of art do I want to do? You know, and I've been in all these generals, and everybody's been like, what do you want to do? I said, I want to save Hollywood.
Oh, you should be in generals with
Wow.
us. That's
You know?
exactly what
Yeah.
we say.
Because I said,
You're gonna be our
this
third.
has all become so self-indulgent.
So ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
It has become so, look at me. Everything feels like a reality show.
There's no substance.
There's no, where's the truth?
Yeah.
Where's the reality, you know?
on every tax
Yeah.
bracket, because you'll get that on those multi-million dollars where they only pick from 5 different people, but everything underneath it is not, and it's not fair because there's so many people that have so much talent, but because you don't know their face, you don't give them a chance, and it's
But
disgusting.
also the intention is so warped too.
Right.
I think, which is what we're also saying, is that you find people who come here or want to be part of this world because they want the fame.
Correct.
And they want the glitz and the glamour, but the people who then are well intended, who are the artists, get pushed aside because they don't have the face or they don't have the this or whatever,
Or the kitsch.
or the
'Cause they're not
the
entertaining.
followers.
Yeah.
They don't. And now everything is also so analytical and numerical. It's like, well,
Yes.
if they don't have this amount of followers, I'm not even interested. Or
Yes.
I'm casting this person because they're an influencer with this many followers, but they don't know how to act for shit. They don't know
Yes.
how a set's run. They don't know decorum in
Correct.
that world. And
Well,
it's
that's what
just
people are most surprised about when I show up to a
because
set.
you know what you're
because
doing.
I'm like, yeah, I have 3 degrees.
Yeah.
I have a degree in theater, a degree in film, and a degree in journalism. It's
Yeah.
like, no, I've studied this,
he would have been great in Take 5.
you know?
For sure. You will have longevity, though, no doubt
I think
about it.
Oprah said that too.
She did.
You are
And-
so authentic
yeah.
to yourself. You're gonna go such a long way.
Oh,
She did.
well, and it's so true because you will know how to bounce. You know how to bounce from all of the different places, and you will be able to reinvent yourself, which is, my father always would say to me that the key to being successful in this industry is knowing how to reinvent yourself.
Yes,
And
audacity.
he's done that multiple times, and it's like, that makes sense.
I've done
I have a
it.
question for you.
Yeah.
You said that you show up authentically as yourself. 100% all of the time, and that what a person sees of you on camera is also what they get in person. I want to challenge that a little bit because what I'm learning is that there is always a bit of a mask when you're on camera, when you're performing. Now, it can just be a heightened version of yourself, but there is always some awareness that there are cameras.
Oh, absolutely.
So what is that relationship like for yourself with yourself, and when are you truly in authentic, just your own vibe that you wouldn't necessarily give? How do you maintain something just for yourself?
Well, I would probably say that exists in the mornings. I wake up every day at 6 a.m. because I want to be awake before everybody else is awake. I want to be able to walk outside and there's nobody I have to perform for. I like to be in the silence of the world. I think that's probably when I wouldn't say the most authentic, but that's when I'm the most grounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I had to say when I am my most authentic, it would be this. Like I'm cursing. I'm not trying to change, but I think that happened in the sabbatical. I think I told myself that I wanted to, because when you work in daytime television for so long, there's so many rules and parameters of what you can say and what you can't say and what you can do and what you can't do. And I was just like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be who the fuck I want to be.
Yeah.
And if you want to be here, then great. If you don't, get
Bye.
on. And also, I just turned 30. I'm a grown fucking man.
Yeah.
I started at
birthday.
Ellen when I was 21. And I went straight there, Miranda. I don't think you understand. And, I was in college.
Yeah.
Hannah Montana. I was living that kind of life. You know what I mean? I was going to Ellen during the day and class at night to finish the degrees. You know what I mean? So I was juggling coming from being piss ass broke to now. I think that first check was $30,000 and I blew that whole motherfucker.
Yeah.
What'd you buy?
I went and bought some Louboutins. I bought my mama some Louboutins.
Yes.
I blew that whole
Good for
thing.
you. Good for you.
I said I ain't never imagined
for you.
Yeah.
that this would be my reality and what my life is. And I'm grateful that I experienced it that big at such an early time, because I think that's why now I'm so much more settled.
For sure.
Because now I don't care about it.
You have to
What
get that. You
was-
have to get it out of your system.
What
Yeah.
was Ellen like for you?
For me, it was the best time of my life.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard for people to hear that because,
You're
and what
sitting at
I
the right
always,
table.
right, well, what I always try to also preface to people is that we are experiencing it in real life. We know these people as people,
Yeah.
not as celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But another thing about it is the place was a tough place to work. But everywhere in Hollywood is a tough place to
Every
work.
No
place is a
question.
tough place.
Everywhere is a tough place to work.
Yeah.
And I also understand that I was talent there. They treated me like a king. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it was mainly because of her. Because I'll never forget the second time I was on the show, and she said this in front of everybody, crew and everybody. She said, whatever you want to do, we'll do it.
Wow.
That changed it. I watched the way people changed the way that they moved.
Yeah.
But I also understood that the culture of the show was what it was because the people that ran it and you got to realize that woman was walking out every day to people who were obsessed with her. Like, it was unlike anything I had ever fucking seen.
It's addicting.
Like, there's just no way
Yeah. Yeah.
you could live in that and it not get here.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. And I think people around her that she didn't really realize is that they were using her.
Of course.
They were taking advantage of her celebrity, and she was letting the Hollywood of it all take control. And but I don't think she had a solid foundation.
But there's also a thing of, I was just talking about this on something, but there is a spirit behind the Hollywood.
Yes.
There is an energy behind the Hollywood. Some people, you guys go ape crazy and start calling it the Illuminati, or you might call it this or that, but there is no name for it because it's a secret. It's a silent entity that is hard to describe, and we cast spells by how we say things, how we sing, what we speak. And when it comes to comedy and laughter, that is one of the most
Yep.
connected, cellular changing parts of our career that you can actually do. So even when you said her walking out, it changes people. When you said she's walking out to thousands of people who are addicted to her, hundreds in the studio, but let's not forget the many eyes that are watching as well.
Correct.
And even though they are not in that room, it is known because of the fact that you get renewed, because of the fact that you have your celebrity. And I said this before, back in the day, there is a lore that cameras steal souls. And the soul is in the eye of the beholder. If you look at somebody, you can see their soul. That's the same for television.
Absolutely.
It's the same for movies. And it's
Absolutely.
even worse with music.
Well, the ego is like, listen, and I know that. I know I got an ego.
Oh, I do too.
You know what I mean?
Well, you have to.
You have to
Yeah.
because your entire livelihood is based on being liked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To feed your family, you have to make sure people like you.
That's why I struggle. Because I
Because
just...
you don't give a damn.
No, I mean, I do, but I also don't enough so that I'm going to show up and be like, hi, everybody, and like
Right.
smile at the camera because
Yes.
I'm like,
do it.
I don't want nasolabial folds. Fuck you. Like, that's what it to be.
And you also got to realize I'm a person that I always look at the nuance of things, you know? And I know that that place was hard for so many people. And me saying what my experience was
Does not invalidate anybody else's.
And that's why I'd never like to talk about it. Because the moment I would say, yeah, I had a great time, they'd be like, well, everybody's lying. No. I was a person of privilege at a parking spot.
But I
Yeah.
think also
Yeah.
people say that because people forget when there's hysteria around a topic, people do forget nuance, and they do forget that people have periods, people have bad days, people have days that they're not on point, or they have great days, and sometimes she just might not like your ass. Like that is also a thing.
To me, she was socially awkward.
She
And I
looks
think,
like it.
but I also think that's why we had such a close relationship, because I never treated her like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Like, I was never there trying to just get something from
Well,
her.
y'all's wounds connected.
Yeah, and I think that's really what it was.
And when you connect wounds, it's a good
yeah,
it's a
you know,
good
she
relationship.
grew up in New Orleans, and she was a queer person that lost it all and
Mm-hmm.
was trying to. I don't think she really got real friends.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You know what I mean?
And people feel that. I worked on a production where we were told before, you know, number one on the call sheet came to set, that when they arrived, we were not to make eye contact with them. And it sounds like one of those bogus Hollywood stories, but it really
happens.
It
Some
happened.
people that like that, yeah.
And when you hear things like that, in my opinion, I'm like, you know, and it's coming from the top, right? It's coming from studio heads. It's coming from producers. You kind of go, wow, you guys are all feeding into this. What I did, and this comes from my experience, though. I can understand how if I was like fresh in the scene, like I would have respected that boundary 100%.
Otherwise, she's like, fuck off.
But because of my dad and my experience, I was like, I'm not going to do that, because what I heard when we were being instructed to not make eye contact was, you are shutting off someone's humanity. Like, that's how we connect. Like, how isolating that must be for that person.
Eyes are in the window to the soul.
So when they arrived to set, I was like, you know, and call it entitlement, call it whatever. But I think you need healthy entitlement, honestly, in this world, like ego, healthy ego. I walked up to him and I said, hello, welcome to set. My name is Miranda. If you need anything, please let me know. Literally 20 minutes later, I get called into the producer's office, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get fired. I'm not worried. I've been fired before. I was like, it'll be fine. But they were,
I love her so much.
but they were like, so and so, you spoke to so and so, and I was like, yeah, okay, here it comes. And they were like, well, they only want to be talking to you now for the rest of production.
Because that's the thing that people don't understand about celebrities that are that part.
Yeah,
They just want to be seen.
exactly.
That's all they want to be. They just want to be seen.
And then I wonder too, I was like, did that rule come from him directly or someone on his team? Because we all know how teams operate, who then created this thing that then perpetuates a public narrative that we also all know. Because if I were to name this person, everyone would be like, oh, that tracks. But I'm like, he didn't want that.
It's a he, y'all. It's
I'm
a
going to
he.
give y'all some tea.
Put it in the
'cause this is tea
comments.
time.
Who do you think it
Who
is?
do you think it is, Little
Wait,
Biscuits?
I got some real tea. Now I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, tea time.
Elle and I have not talked in a very long time.
Yeah.
Because I told her, I said, you are letting other people ruin your legacy.
You told her the truth,
Yeah.
and she didn't like that.
I don't think she could take it. She
Yeah,
couldn't
she couldn't
understand
receive
it.
it, yeah.
Because I think that she considers the people around her to be all that she has. And I think she couldn't take it because she felt like, but this is all I got. And if I give this up, like, she can't go to Walmart. She can't go to Target. She can't do regular things.
No.
And I understood that she couldn't, but I knew somebody needed to say it. And even if she didn't get it then,
It sits.
maybe years later, when she looks back and she's gotten out of the hurt,
Yeah.
maybe she can look back and be like,
When you have somebody on top of a mountain like that, and I'm going to be 100, you have somebody sitting on top of a mountain like that, and on the ledge below you, there's someone telling you the truth. Psh.
Yeah.
And then it's the guilt, knowing that they were once there and they can't go down and actually apologize and say, hey, I remember, you're right, but I can't because I need to stay on this mountain. And that's the sad part that happens when you believe in your brand more than you believe in the human of yourself.
that's the problem with the brands.
That's the problem with the brand.
Is
So
that
good, babes.
a lot of us that have created these brands that mean something to people, those were made because you needed to survive. You create the persona that you want it to be. You know, not necessarily actually who you are.
Yeah.
You create,
Yeah.
you know.
Raven
Listen, I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
So when you guys read this, I know I say it every...
And I want to do the interview for the book tour.
Okay. When I say this every single Every single time. I don't
Every
do
single
it
day,
every single
multiple
day.
times.
I don't do it because I'm trying to promote it. I only say it, if you guys really hear when I say it, it's because I can't elaborate on that topic because it's too close to home. It's too close to the truth. And you are entirely right. I have been a part of a show where the brand of a human crumbled in front of the eyes of humanity because
we can relate to that.
Personal ruin the brand. I mean, now it's now the conversation is stand the art, not the human, or something like that. It's like one of my favorite artists, Egon Schiele. You know what I mean? Like, fantastic art, but his personal life
was crazy.
So
He's a
I shouldn't
painter.
like his art just because of his personal life. Do I have to shun both? That's the question I actually ask you. Do I have to shun both because of their personal life?
I think it depends on the gravity of what the thing is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think first, specifically, if we're talking about like the Cosby Show,
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
I know you're not gonna say that.
I never said I
You
said
didn't
that.
say that.
Though. Okay, you
She
brought
didn't
that
say
up.
that. I
didn't
said
say
that. That came from my
I
mouth.
didn't say that.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
I never talked about. I don't even know.
And
what
this
that
is the
show
funny.
is.
This is the funny thing about how this world works. It's going to be that Miranda said it. Somehow it'll be like Miranda.
Listen, you're right about it though. But this is the thing. I wouldn't even put you in that conversation because you were a child.
Yeah.
You were a child.
They took my money from me.
A child. I don't ask her about it.
Period.
Yeah, she was 3.
She had shit to do with it.
Yeah.
She was 3. I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I do think, like, for that situation, I think there are a lot of things in history. Like, you can respect it for what it was at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also acknowledge the harm that whoever or whatever did. Mm-hmm. And let that be that. Mm-hmm. I do not believe that means that you can't still watch it or celebrate moments or enjoy moments from it.
Yeah.
But this is where the nuance comes in. You must always be aware of the conditions and the circumstances.
Because it's like, again, I'm on your same page, and I want to bring in another person. You know what I mean? Like, I would still watch certain shows that were culture shifting.
Yes.
Even if personal, that had nothing to do with the show and didn't inform storylines.
Yes.
Compared to, I don't know, I'm not saying names, but a musician.
Yes.
That did some crazy ass shit.
Correct.
And when you listen to the songs back,
R. Kelly.
you hear. I didn't say it.
I said it though.
I didn't say it, though.
I'll say it for you.
I said it.
I agree.
You hear those songs back and you're like,
Because you're
holy
you're
shit,
singing about it.
You remind me
Yeah.
of my Jeep.
Yes.
That's a problem because
yes.
you're then.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
That's a problem.
No.
That's a problem.
Yes, because it's in the art.
compared to family dynamic and showing what a family can look like because
Yes.
you know it's necessary
Yes.
for culture.
Yes.
Age ain't nothing but a number is not necessary for culture.
No.
So I
it's
think
not.
that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That is
I agree.
absolutely the difference.
And it's also personal to the consumer of the art because there are some people who are not going to be as turned off by certain things that would completely disrupt somebody else's perception of that person and therefore they can't see past that anymore. It is really, I think, a personal thing as well. And then there are some things that are, I think, lines we don't cross once we learn certain things.
Well, like talk about like if we talking about like art in person. Like there's somebody that's so problematic, but I had a great time with them.
Period.
Yeah, and that
Kim
happens too.
Burrell.
Oh,
Kim Burrell, listen, she homophobic as hell. Okay, let God be true quickly. Okay, but then let me tell you my Kim Burrell story, y'all.
please do.
My friend Brandon Michael Nace was doing this show at Little Island in New York. And it was like Oedipus. That's what they were doing.
So good.
And Kim Burrell was in it. Y'all, this is so dramatic. She's so extra. I am in the audience, just sitting there, minding my business. And the way the show starts is that the cast just enters at random moments, right? And they look at the audience. That woman walked out. She looked at me and she said, and I was like, is she looking at me? I'm like, she can't be talking to the gay boy. So then, after the show, I go back to see Brandon, and she comes out and she says, I looked out in that audience, and I said, that's a celebrity. And I said, what? Girl, what? And she was wonderful. But I also am still aware at the damage you've done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm also aware of the crazy stuff that you done said, girl.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna hold you accountable, but I'm also willing to accept that maybe you've grown.
Yeah.
You know what that
There you
sounds
go.
like? That sounds like forgiveness. That sounds like something we try to teach.
Grace, really.
It's grace. It's something that we try to teach in humanity through our religious beliefs, but we never follow through.
You don't practice it.
We don't practice it in society, even though we claim that we're built on those foundations.
Well, I had to find grace from my own mother.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Every day.
You know, it's like, you know, and I told her this recently. We really had a breakthrough.
Good for you.
You know, and I told her, you know, there are so many things that I experienced by you as a child that I was so angry about and frustrated because I didn't deserve it. You know, especially with the kind of kid I was. Like, I was an all-star kid. And I said, it never felt like enough. I said, but the grace that I'm able to give you is because I understand that you also were not treated fairly.
Correct.
And I understand what you went through, and I let that help me heal.
That's
Yeah.
all we have
Yeah.
to actually heal.
And I think when you understand that every single human being is running around this planet with trauma and fucked upness and experiences that have shaped them, and we're all just projecting and perceiving and trying to reach some form of, I don't know, happiness or peace in our own beings, you have more empathy and compassion for other people. And what I try to practice is that, and just understanding and meeting people where they're at. And even if I don't fully understand the experience, I can respect you because you're here. And it's why I like having conversation with people, because I like to learn about people. But I think that's really what it is. And once you start trying to not personalize everything and every experience, it's really hard with our parents because they create us essentially, and they mold our minds, and for such a long time you don't have choice outside of what you're learning via them. But I think that with others, as we are adults and meeting people, really just trying to be like, I can't take this personal because that's a you thing.
Well, it's like a puzzle. You know, I always tell people life is like a puzzle.
It is.
There are some pieces that look great, and in this one, you be like, where the fuck does that go? You know what I mean? But it's like, as you put the pieces together, sometimes we take pieces and we try to twist and turn them and try to make them fit, and they don't. But eventually it will. But these other pieces are necessary in order for you to get the full picture. Like I tell people all the time, there's some really fucked up stuff that has happened in my life.
I'm sure, yeah.
But I wouldn't go back and change it one bit.
You guys are so kind. I hold grudges, and I hold those bitches down. I will
She
hold
does.
a grudge.
I saw you on the Shade Room interview.
It is my duty in life
crazy.
I
to
see.
hold them and tend to them because,
Like her little pets.
like my little pets, hashtag Reese Witherspoon. I honestly want to say, I know it's not the healthiest. Everyone says you can't hold on to it. I don't. If you're personally attacking me, and you do it maliciously, and then years go by and you give me some half-ass apology, or I'll give you another one, say, but look how you turned out now. Look how you're doing now. I have to go, you
As
gonna
like
be in my
taking credit.
shit pile for the rest of
Yeah.
your natural born life.
Do you remember the first time we actually met?
No.
Yeah, I figured you didn't. Okay.
But it's not because I don't love you.
No,
It's because I literally have
trust me.
amnesia.
You know how many times
She
people come
really-
up to me and be like, now why the fuck would I remember that? You know
no,
what I
it's
mean?
not
Like,
that.
you said hi, like, what the hell?
It's not that.
You know,
Tell me why.
This is why. So, Michelle Williams, Destiny's Child,
Yeah.
was a guest star on Raven's Home.
Yeah, she was.
I had just moved to LA, and she was like, come with me. And I went, and I was on set, and I was sitting in a director's chair, and I was so fucking nervous. Because I was like, oh my gosh, this is an icon.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Oh,
Was I nice to you?
No,
I wasn't. He
nice
said no.
to. No. I wasn't nice to you.
Really?
And it wasn't a direct way. I was so nervous. I remember you walked past me, and I had my red hat at the time, and you said, "I like your hat," and I think all I said was like, "Thank you."
Cold.
It was like nonchalant, nothing. I didn't give you anything. I gave you the bare minimum, and it haunted me. It haunted. I said, oh my gosh, she's going to think I hate her. She's going to think I'm a bitch. I was like, oh my gosh. But I remembered that, and it was also my first time, like, seeing it happen.
Did I know you came with her?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
well, I
was
must have, because if there's any new face on my set, I'm always like, who
Maybe.
that?
Maybe, yeah.
And maybe that's why I gave you grace, because I know Michelle Williams. She's a very sweet human, but I also know her history in the sense of, bitch, you were in the biggest fucking
correct
in the world, like
an icon.
You're the bitch
Who doesn't live in it? Which I'm always trying. Who she doesn't live in it, and I'm always trying to get her to live in it.
However, she does in her own way.
Yeah.
She still knows she
still knows she's Michelle Williams.
She still knows she's Michelle Williams, and I think that if she showed up with a posse or a crew, however y'all treated me, I'd be like, musics.
I drove her to the airport. She just be solo dolo.
I love her.
She just be like living.
Yeah.
And I be like, girl, what?
Yeah.
You just regular degular? Like, I be like, do you know who you are?
She is.
I love that though.
But she's always been the regular degular one in the thing. She always has.
I think that's the balance.
And she got judged for that so long.
She did. And I tell her all the time, I said, I don't give a damn what they say. Destiny's Child wouldn't be who they were without Michelle Williams.
Honey, they needed that high
bridge.
voice.
Everybody.
Period. They needed that high voice.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I said, you are essential. I don't give a shit what nobody fucking say.
She was more angelic voice-wise than even Beyonce or Kelly.
The balance.
The balance was
Everybody
necessary.
can't be Beyonce. That's the problem with groups now.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody
trying to be a damn lead singer.
Yep.
You can't be.
No. That's why K-pop is doing so
That's
well.
why Cheetah Girls worked. Because everybody can't be damn Galleria.
Or Chanel.
Or
Because
Chanel,
Chanel was the lead singer.
Yeah, but I was trying to make it balance. Damn shit.
No.
I was
I
trying
gotta give props where props is due.
You're right. Adrienne know it. That's my girl too.
Adrienne was the
Adrienne
lead
can
singer.
Sing. She can really sing.
I think she gay, so she's just gonna be the leader type for Galleria. And the others was what?
Chanel was the lead.
Voice-wise, yes, Chanel was the lead voice-wise.
She was singing.
She was singing her ass off. So
Did you watch Cheetah Girls 3?
I think that as we continue talking about... So once on Facebook, you posted...
So on Tea Time, we always go into our pot and pull out a topic. Let's do that.
Let's do that right now.
Let's do that.
That's funny to me. That's good question.
Hilarious.
The girls want to know.
Reach your head in the teapot and pull out your
serious.
thing.
I love this teapot, like Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast.
Exactly.
There's one fucking thing in here.
Yeah,
No, there's
pull
many.
it out. It's just for you.
Okay, it's just for me.
And today on Tea Time, what we talking about?
Misinformation.
Oh.
Misinformation.
Misinformation is interesting because this
Yeah, it
word
touched on
has...
everything we're talking about.
We did. Misinformation has been a buzzword for the last 4 times 3 is 12.
12.
For the last 12 years, I would say. And it has been thrown around in political places. It has become a device to gaslight
Correct.
lots of people.
Correct, especially on social media.
It lives on social media, and it lives in media, news media as well. What is misinformation? In the sense that if it's true or somebody believes it compared to somebody that doesn't believe it, does that make it misinformation just because somebody doesn't believe it?
No.
No.
Misinformation to me is something that is done out of being like almost villainous.
Okay.
It is purposely misleading. It is clickbaity. It is marketing. It is propaganda.
It is propaganda.
It is propaganda.
Misinformation. Misinformation is propaganda.
Absolutely.
Okay,
That's exactly what it is.
Do either of you have a piece of misinformation that you believed in for a really long time and then were shocked to learn it wasn't? Like for me, can I give you one of mine? So I still kind of believe it, but do you remember the story about Richard Gere
Putting a gerbil in his
going
ass?
to the hospital and having several gerbils up his ass?
Yeah, I remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, is that real?
Is that misinformation?
Or is that misinformation?
Richard Gere.
Yeah, we need to Google
It shows our age, baby.
It shows our age, but that like stuck with me.
It was a huge rumor.
It was a huge rumor. And then it was like insinuating that maybe he was gay or into butt play or blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
The story about actor Richard Gere and a gerbil is widely known urban legend from the 1980s and 90s, and it's not a factual event.
There you
that's
go.
crazy.
Misinformation.
Yeah, that's misinformation because you're purposely trying to create a narrative.
Yes.
You're trying, and because listen here, Donald Trump's entire existence as president of this United States is a marketing ploy. And I'm like, y'all don't understand it. That man doesn't care about being president. He did it to win, to say that he did it. And he don't care about, why do you think a billionaire whose fucking place is all gold gives a shit about you in middle America?
Yeah.
That man ain't never been to a grocery store, but he gonna make prices less for you? Make it make sense to me. But the problem is you're so damn gullible in what you did.
Yeah.
What he realized is that he made white people feel oppressed. Imagine being a fucking minority and you know what it's like to be out in this world and having to fight every goddamn day. But because that's your norm, so you make these people feel it. You make these people be like, no, this is what it's actually like. You would fight nail and tooth to keep your privilege. You would go to war. We are in a civil war. It may not look like the way you were taught, to where we got soldiers out in the battlefield, but we are at a civil war. We have never been more divided.
Yeah.
In a way, because it doesn't look as extreme as it used to.
Because we have other ways of fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all are not seeing this. It has nothing to do with what he did was that he listened to what you felt. And he said, well, I just got to give him the talking points. He's a celebrity. We work in this business.
He is the best at triangulation.
Well, yes.
One of my favorite things that he's ever done was claim that Joe Biden was going to start a world war. What's happening right now? And everybody believed him. I was raised by a narcissistic personality disorder person, and I knew exactly what I was watching the whole entire time when it happened.
One of my favorite things that
really
he's ever done is marry a woman named Melania and then let her make a movie about her life, which, let me tell you,
we watched it.
And at the end of it, we fast forwarded through the last like 45 minutes because whatever.
It's one of the most beautiful movies.
But let me tell you this. At the end of that movie, I looked at Raven and I said, I don't know what we just watched because I learned nothing. All I understood was that Melania walks through a lot of hallways. She gets in scary ass looking elevators that I would never want to get into. And she does things like this. This morning I woke up and I walked down the stairs and I talked to Essie, my designer of 40 years. And this is my vision, brought to life, full vision. And today I will call my husband and say, I made a plan for inauguration dinner. We'll have gold plates.
This is good.
She's so good at it.
That's all she learned.
You ate that.
That was it.
You ate that. But that's really what, it's all just smoke and mirrors.
I was just like, what?
Like, why the fuck is
was
the
that?
ballroom bigger than the White House? And why are you building? You've been to I've been to the White House many
The
times.
White House.
We've
It's
been.
extremely small.
It is extremely small. But maybe instead of just hosting so many goddamn events, maybe you just cut the guest list.
They
That part.
can't. Where are they going to get their money from? One of my favorite parts of the movie of Melania,
Yeah.
of misinformation.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about misinformation, but don't talk about Melania. You know that's my movie. That's in the top 10 of all best movies of all time, boo. It really
This
is.
is made well.
Because it's made so well.
Uh-huh.
That bitch looks beautiful.
Well, they got the
shot
money
it
to
well.
make it look good.
That's the thing.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. I'm copying those shots of my next movie,
Yeah.
okay?
Uh-huh.
Here's what else I loved. There was some honesty in it. And the honesty was when she talked about her mother and the immigration that her family had for to this country and making the American dream come true. She told the story of immigration and migration and how important it is.
My mother moved to this country a long time ago, and now she's dead, and I miss her very much. So today I light a
Was she
candle.
legal?
My mother
That's what they would
maybe
ask
wasn't legal. My mother was great woman.
Well,
There you go.
When
ain't
I
it kind of crazy?
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Ain't it crazy?
It's
The
beautiful.
hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy is super wild.
But you guys, they say the same thing about whatever side we're on, and we have to give them the grace because that's the brain they live in, and we have to respect that because it's in the Constitution that we do.
Well,
yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
I think you can make valid critiques for each.
It's a
Correct.
period.
And that's just like
Because we got problems over here on the blue side, too.
Correct. But when we're talking extreme.
We also just know movies that have nothing to do about it. I want Michelle Obama to make a movie, and I want her to quote some of Melania's stuff so she can get back after
I think
Melania
she and
quoted.
Barack are.
Yeah, but they make movies for the people. I'm saying I just want Michelle to make a movie.
Just about her?
Just about her and
Just
her
called
walking.
Michelle.
I watch it. I mean,
Hilarious.
technically Becoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a book.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
technically about her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I think that's the difference. I think the thing about the Obamas is that they didn't really lean into the celebrity until after the presidency.
And then
Literally
they went all
after.
into it.
And the thing about this current family is they came into it as celebrities, which is also crazy. You'd be like, you don't want to hear celebrities talk, but yet you elected a celebrity.
Right.
What? Like, what the fuck?
Gaslighting is contagious. Let's talk about
The
misinformation.
hypocrisy is crazy.
I'd be like, am I fucking stupid? Like, what?
No,
am
that-
I seeing a reality that is not what it is?
No, because the more confusion there is, the more they can get past you. And if you're questioning yourself, you can't question them.
Well,
So it's a slippery road. You have to listen with 3 pairs of fucking cheesecloth on your ears because they do. Who was supposed to have World War III? I think it was supposed to be Biden who started World War III.
I think
What?
people also don't understand. Nobody sees America.
No.
Everybody thinks that their world is the only world that exists. I think
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I think that's the problem in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Everybody that lives in LA only knows LA.
Yeah.
But it's like if somebody grew up in Kansas, I'm like, do you realize there is a whole different world outside of this place?
Very true. LA is.
But that's
blitzing
also
women.
people live in their own little universes and
They do.
bubbles, which is why it's important to educate yourself and remember that there's life outside of you. And I think I have to remember that a lot of the time when we're pitching things or trying to get shows made and it's like, oh well, this won't work here, and I think about all the people I know in LA and I'm like, what, everyone's into this, or a lot of my friends are gay, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh, middle America is a huge demographic that consumes a bunch that is responsible for a lot of the statistics we have in this world.
Absolutely.
And what is more dangerous in your opinions, misinformation or people not caring enough to fact check?
Oh, I'm going to say misinformation. And the reason why I say that is because everybody doesn't have the convenience of time to fact check.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, not everyone is Jubilee.
Okay, listen.
I'm dead.
I did a Jubilee.
You did.
I
We
did.
love Jubilee.
Oh my God. It
Which
was
one
so
did you do?
problematic. I did the one where they had to figure out which one was black. It was so problematic.
Hilarious.
I want to
was-
do one of those so
I
hardcore.
did it just because I wanted to do Jubilee.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I watched it, I was like, oh my God, they're going to cancel me for this. But I had done a show. And it was a cooking competition show. And it was celebrities competing to like cook. And I remember there was a point, like first episode, where the celebrities, they act like they couldn't turn on the stove. And they act like they didn't know how to move around the kitchen.
You're
I
in the worst
remember-
cooks of America?
Kind of something like that. But not that. And I remember I went to production. I said, if I am at home and I just got off of work and I've been working 8 to 5 and I'm coming home trying to feed my kids, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pay the bills, the last thing I want to watch is celebrities acting like they can't turn on a stove. I said, that's crazy. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Like, these people are trying, working 9 to 5 to stay alive. Mm-hmm. They don't have the convenience or the time to be Googling, to search. Yes, that is a responsibility, but sometimes there's a privilege in that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're great.
especially if it's like, can Raven Simone turn on stove? Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I can. First of all, I'm not crazy.
No, I know, but I think there's also, that speaks just to our culture in general, because that people also like to watch famous people be stupid.
Jenny from the Block.
There is
I always
something.
have to have street cred.
Yeah, like when she went there and then they didn't know who didn't know who she was.
I'm Jennifer.
I was gay.
That's
I was
yeah.
gay.
People
like the
love
best-
that shit.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why Paris Hilton had to play like she was a fucking idiot on The Simple
years.
Life for years.
I know, and people eat
And
it
people
up.
do it to me.
Yeah.
Problem.
People love to I remember starting and a producer telling me, you have to always make yourself feel dumb. You always have to self-deprecate. You always have to like tear yourself down. And I looked at her, I said, well, fuck that.
Good for you.
I said, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm working my ass off to be here.
Because if
Yeah.
you're smart, you have money, you can't have everything.
No.
They feel like
And because I'm black, they think I was poor.
Exactly.
I grew up upper middle class. My first fucking car was a Cadillac CTS. I wasn't fucking poor.
Yes.
Why I gotta
Good
be
for
poor
you.
because I
What
was
color was it?
black?
What color was it?
It was tan.
There you go.
Yes.
Nice little camel.
Okay, listen, that's all I know,
That's
baby.
crude. That's crude.
You know what I'm talking about? My mama and grandma was making full meals every goddamn day.
Period.
You know what I mean? And you want to call me bougie? Listen, and I'm very serious about this when it comes to like hotels and stuff, even travel now. Why the fuck would I stay somewhere that's not as nice as the place that I live?
Ooh.
That part. Same.
I'm not that person.
Really?
Oh my
You
God.
gonna be at the Motel 6?
she
I
is-
will stay at a red
She
roof
is
inn.
the most
But you know
unbougie
why that
person.
is? You know that's because your ass been famous your whole goddamn life.
You're not
so
wrong.
So you don't know no fucking different.
You're not
so,
wrong.
So you like, I want to experience something different. Fuck that.
You're not
Put
wrong.
my ass in the Four Seasons, bitch. Okay?
Thank you.
Listen,
Thank you.
you're
This
not
is
wrong.
where we go back and forth all the
what-
time.
No, baby, you didn't let that shit go.
No,
Okay?
because that
honey?
comes out of my bottom line paycheck.
Yeah.
You can give me the money and pay for the red roof inn. Give me the rest of that money.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be fair, actually. I'm gonna be fair.
usually-
When it
You're
comes out of your
When
own
it
pocket,
comes
you don't
to
be
that,
fucking going.
You're
Yeah.
right, because I will take a travel stipend, and I will pick a cheaper place.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stay at the Marriott. Love a Marriott. Like, give me as long as I get my Bonvoy
It's not a
points.
red roof.
Period.
As long as I get my Bonvoy points. But my one thing is that I won't do, though.
Tell me.
I'm not flying coach.
I'll fly coach all day.
I'm not flying coach.
She won't fly coach.
I'm
My
not
mama
flying
won't fly.
coach.
All the women in my life won't fly coach.
I'm not
I'll be
flying
like, y'all
coach.
stay in the front, I'll get in the back.
I'm not flying coach.
No.
Once you have experienced it, especially if you fly Delta One,
Yeah, you can't go back. You can't go back.
got a
I
private
flew to
engine.
Japan.
It's like
in
once you go
coach.
black, you
Ouch.
never go back. You just cannot. It's
Okay.
you just
It's very
can't.
easy, everyone.
It's-
The way you do it is just
I'll
keep
fly
walking.
Southwest, and it's you getting brownie points.
South
They
is
gonna be like,
West is
she's
crazy.
so real, she's so humble. But I hate that shit too, because they love to say that shit to white people.
They love it.
love to say
They
that.
love it.
I be like, that bitch brought that shirt at All Saints. That's a goddamn white tee for $200 fucking dollars.
That part.
Okay, you talking about that's not fucking Hanes, bitch.
That
They
is
didn't go
not.
to Target.
Not at all.
Like,
not
come
at all.
on.
Those jeans cost $1,500. They were distressed when they bought them. They don't know, and they take it to get them cleaners. They don't even put it in a washing
tailored.
machine. And tailored.
When I found out motherfuckers was getting t-shirts tailored,
Yeah.
I said, what?
It is the only way to go.
You get yours tailored?
There are-
Do
see,
you go
there's-
to Milton Edie's?
I fucking used to go to Milton Edie's all the
love Milton
time.
Edie's.
The popcorn, it makes it a better experience.
It's great
Yeah,
there.
it's great.
I love that.
That's a
It's
cleaner.
You love to
cleaner.
shop.
Not really. I don't do a lot of shopping.
You don't love your clothes. You're not into it.
He loves the clothes, but it might not be the shopping that he loves.
Yeah, like I
Got it.
used to. Not so much anymore. Especially when everything is on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you come to my closet, it's just all like Ivy Park.
Yeah.
Because I'm Beyonce, fanatic.
And I think that's another misinformation that celebrities there's levels to it obviously, but that we have to be at the biggest and bestest and most amazing thing. And I think you hit it on the head for me. I've been famous my whole entire life, but I also, while being famous, had struggle meals. I had struggle situations.
Did you stay at Ava Toluca Hills? Right there by Warner Brothers?
Okay, so you call it
Close.
Yeah, it was
Ava.
called something else
It was
then.
called the Oakwood.
Yes.
I
And the
stayed
reason
at
why I
the
know that
Oakwood.
is because my LA Study Away program for school, when I finished school, we stayed there. That was our student
You saw
housing.
my picture?
And yes, they had that fucking store and your fucking headshot
the
was on the wall.
braids, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yes.
But there have
So
been
many other people lived at the Oakwood too.
Everybody.
There's,
Yes,
a lot of
everybody and
98
mama started
degrees,
there.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, and as celebrities, it gets fed because there's the stigma of we have to look better than the normal person. We have to be flyer. We have to be this. So I'm gonna walk in with all this Balenciaga from the homeless collection, and I'm down for it, but it costs $3,000, like you're saying. And I find that because of the way that I was raised by Southern Black people that did grow up in poverty, that. Yeah, you got it, but you don't have to spend it because you got kids to pay for later, or keeping up with the Joneses type of thing. Or yeah, you can splurge on a pair of glasses and a coat, but no to buy that coat in a classic version rather than just a trendy version. The reason I can stay at any kind of hotel, no matter what it looks like, is because when I was on tour back in the day, I wasn't a part of a record label that paid for me. I wasn't a part of a company that took care of it. It was me, my mama, my brother, and my play brothers who were my dancers. That shit came out of our pocket. Everybody put your bitch ass in coach. Come stay at this Red Roof Inn and we're eating at Waffle House. You know why? Because when I got home, I bought a Porsche and a house and they all got to take care of their family.
You've always also, because of that, had a respect for the work and the money that I think changes depending upon also where you are in your celebrity or your fame.
Without a
because
doubt.
there are some people who reach a certain level where there's so much access and celebrities are just given so much.
Never been given.
That there is an overwhelm of just stuff. But what people don't realize is that people aren't buying that, you know, and then there comes a time when like the best of the best in other industries, meaning facialists, like you see all this get ready with me for the Oscar stuff, right? And it's like the beauty sandwich person, like he can charge a person $5,000 for his treatment because Emma Stone was there and got her face done and everyone wants to look like Emma Stone. Emma Stone didn't pay for that shit, but everyone after Emma will.
Correct.
And so there's this kind of manipulation, which again, I think leads us back into the misinformation loop where people who are consuming all of these things think that they're getting something or buying into an idea that doesn't actually exist.
Absolutely.
And I think that that is something that always kind of runs through my mind in our world, that I both am wondering what I've bought into because I know we're all, you know, vulnerable to it.
You know what you bought into, babes?
What?
You bought into the fact that nasolabial folds are ugly. That's not
Correct.
true.
And then I also, on this side of things,
That is the most LA like thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like I'm like, what the fuck is that? Nasal what? Like what?
It's laugh lines.
This?
Laugh lines.
Yeah, honey.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, I went and got Botox one fucking time. That shit was gone.
Period.
And I said, girl, you know how much this fucking
You
face
move your
moves?
face a lot,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, honey, that's not staying.
You don't need it. You don't
but
need it.
that those, I mean, I'm sure I did buy into culture telling me certain things, but I also see certain things just on my own self. And again, it's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg. I get it, but that I don't like. But what I was trying to say and finishing my sentence is, yes, there are the things that I've bought into, and I always am trying to, you know, check myself and be like, what is that? How am I shifting my life to kind of concede to that? And then also on this side of things, it's surprising to see what people are taking and not using any kind of critical thought to. Meaning, like you talked about, kind of some of the stuff out there about us or me and our relationship. And it's surprising to me when I see some of that stuff and I'm like, wow, people did not understand the sarcasm. People are not seeing.
We have a very dry humor.
Yeah, but
Black people
sometimes-
don't do dry
but,
humor.
No,
But
they don't.
sometimes I have to play into that too, right? Because people are understanding a dynamic between Raven and I. If Raven is always the button and she's
Always.
going to be up, then I have to be flat because
well,
that's
let
the
me
ebb
also
and
give
flow.
you a little bit more context because I think this is also what people don't talk about because the same stuff has been said or guessed about me. There is a trend of black celebrities ending up with white partners. There is something that happens there. You know what I mean? And I don't think that it is intentional for certain people. I can only, from conversations or experience with black queer men, there is something there. And there have been many times that people have created full threads. They have made all these assumptions that I like date white men. And let me tell you something. The blacker the better.
Ooh, the sweeter the juice.
Let me tell you, I want my man to be black as hell.
Love that. Now, in culture or in color?
Both.
Love it.
So
Love
like
that for you.
Jaimin Hansu.
Well, I don't know who that is. And I think it's more so, I grew up in Wyandotte County. Like, me and Janelle Monáe, our parents went to school together. Janelle's high school was up the street from me, and mine was the other direction. You know what I mean? But I grew up, oh, yes! Yes!
Look at those lips.
Yes!
He is fully
That's
glossed.
black.
He is
Yes.
moisturized.
Yes,
God,
but I love it
Jaimin.
because
he's so handsome.
I
Are you
grew
kidding?
up around blackness. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So, like, even when people are like, well, I never had a black teacher, and I'm like, well, I had a whole bunch of black teachers. But Wyandotte County was the poorest county in Kansas City. Like, Kansas City is also a very segregated city. So
Sounds
all the
like
white
it.
people live together, all the black people live together, very much like LA. And so all I knew was black. You know what I mean? Like, that was just... And because I was a queer kid growing up in Kansas, I was only around these black men. And I was like, these are men.
They're
you know
gorgeous.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Miranda, I have never once looked at a white man and been like, yeah, I want to be with him. Or I wanna
Never.
date him. Never. It's like my brain don't even work that way.
I love
That's
that for you.
okay.
It's crazy because when I tell people that, they are shocked.
Well, you and I have this in common because I have never looked at a white woman and thought, oh, I want to
Really?
be with her.
Was you around black people?
She was around every culture.
There was just something in my household where there was an interest and respect for other cultures. And my mom really leaned into that. And I think that
Her mom and her dad are from Buffalo, Italian background.
Okay,
Like, also understanding
But I
the
will
history.
say-
Do you make pasta?
Hell yeah, she goddamn mixed pasta. Made it the other day.
That was what
I'll
it
tell you
was.
right fucking now. The
That
next
was what
time
it
you
was.
make
You
some
better come
goddamn
the fuck
pasta,
over
I'm
and
coming to
taste
get some
this shit.
damn-
It's
that was what I was trying
delicious.
to remember in the car about. I was saying the solo combo.
Oh, the pasta.
There you go.
Fucking delicious.
Oh, yeah, I want it.
Anyway,
coming.
come over. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
make you
yeah, I
some.
need it.
So
I'll make peach cobbler.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I got you, boy. I cook like somebody motherfucking grandma.
yes!
Okay, listen,
We
collard
all-
greens, everything. That's
There
why
we go.
Alexis was at my house.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
she be
cooking.
eating. She be eating.
Oh, yes.
She be eating.
I felt more fun, more energized in those communities. I did not enjoy being
get
amongst white people, especially in Hancock Park. Everyone is like in polo shirts and boat shoes and talking about
And what do we call
Timmy,
those people?
and
Wasps.
They're waspy. And it
I had to
just,
teach her what that was.
It felt so stale. Then it was like I would look over at black friends and they would be like dancing and vibing. They had soul. And I've always felt more drawn, attracted, connected to it. So I
get it.
feel your
get
pain.
it.
And here I am over here on the corner. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, but I grew up in a neighborhood called Duluth, or a city called Duluth.
Okay.
And I grew up in Standard View, and there was an Indian, Chinese, black, white. My neighborhood was not majority one thing. The school that I went to, I was one of 4 black girls, maybe 4 or 5 black guys, and every other culture. My dating roster, no one would be able to tell my type, because I've been with a white man, I've been with multiple black men, I've been with white girls, I've been with black girls, I've been with Spanish girls, there's only a couple of genres I ain't touched, and I will never. And so
It's because she's married now, not because she doesn't like them genres. Make that clear.
Yeah,
There you
please.
go.
God,
she's not wrong. If I wasn't married, I would have dabbled.
Yeah,
But
okay,
I
I know that's
found
right.
I found the thing.
I thought about a Latino one.
There you go.
That part-
Misinformation. Raven Simone is a racist. Is what
I am
just,
not a
No, I just
racist.
prevented that.
I appreciate that.
Help us, Lord.
But please, not because I didn't want to. So it's the thing of it really does. It is nature versus nurture. It is where you grew up.
Yeah, that
It's your
does play a big part.
disposition.
Yeah.
It's how you were raised. Because I remember coming home and my parents would be like, "You sound like a white girl. You can't go back to that school." I'm like, wait, all my friends are there. I'm in this neighborhood. You wanted to make sure I was in a neighborhood where I wouldn't have to worry about shots, but then you're mad that I'm sounding like the people that I'm around.
You know what? And this is crazy. I just watched last night Tyler Perry's Joe's College Road Trip, and
Yeah.
that's what it talks about. That's what it's about. Because Brian's son, he doesn't want to go to HBCU because he doesn't take them seriously. And he's like, oh my gosh, I raised this kid in a white neighborhood with all these white kids, and now he doesn't love his blackness.
Yeah.
And then people are judging me for the things that I'm saying. I'm like, no. I love my blackness, but my blackness can look so many different ways.
Yeah, but
Your
you also
whiteness-
set up. Because Raven Baxter was so fucking black that then people took that to be
Was she
you.
black?
She felt black as hell to me.
Why did
Give
she,
it to me, dog.
Why did she feel black to you?
Because it was the first time that I had seen like this black family.
So you saw color.
Yeah.
Take away the color.
Okay.
Make them green.
Okay.
And hear the words.
And hear the words. What color are they?
Because let's be
That's
100.
fair.
Wait,
What color are
who
they?
wrote Raven? White people?
It was a mix, but white men headed it.
Yeah, it was white men.
But that's,
for
I
the
think
most part.
that's why that show and the good shows matter, because it is universal.
Wow. Wait.
Take away the color.
Because even the fact that Raven's family was from this Timbuktu country ass town.
That could be white. That could be white
Right.
Timbuktu all day. And thank God it was black facing, so you see people of color,
have
and we
the
can touch on.
representation.
We had the representation, but I think that was what was so beautiful about That's So Raven, is
Best
because
friend was white.
her best friend was white, her other one was black. Eddie,
Yeah.
to me, he was more culturally black than Raven was.
Yes.
He was more culturally, quote unquote, stereotypical black.
Yes. And Raven Baxter never had a specific type when it came to men.
Honey, no.
That
She
like,
dabbled
it
in
was, like,
everything.
she didn't care as long as you had a little something.
Everybody.
But she ended up with Devon. They got divorced.
And look, Devon was
did.
light skinned as
Devon was
fuck.
fine. Now, I did think, I was like, why the fuck is this teenager up at this fucking wedding crying over this man? That I did think was crazy. That I was like,
When I tell you what happened when we got back is even crazier, but that's for another tea time.
yeah, at least.
You know what? I just want to say thank you so much for coming and blessing us with all of your extra tea.
Yes.
With all
You're
of
a
your
light.
energy, your light, your authenticness. You have made sisters out of us.
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh.
Please do not hesitate to call us for any fucking thing. If you need to get picked up by the airport, honey, we got you
Or
at
if you
Burbank.
just want some Italian food.
She'll
Listen.
cook for you,
I
boo
will.
boo.
Listen.
We want to take care of you.
No, I'm telling you, and that the same goes for y'all. Like, I am, especially living in LA. What
Yeah.
New York really gave me is the importance of community, and not being this business.
It's like
It's
1, 2, 3.
so touch and go.
It's
Yeah.
so touching.
It's so touch and go.
And so filled with flaky people who are like, let's do things and never do. And
Right.
it hurts my heart because I like follow through.
I'm so serious. Like, I'm like type person because y'all know y'all be saying some crazy shit.
You're welcome.
So, like, when y'all say crazy shit and the world is on you, you call me.
Okay.
Love you, will do.
You call me.
I'm going to be, don't open that door with me. I'll be calling you up.
I did
know
say some
you-
shit the
it's
other
okay.
day. Get ready for it. I got a lot of things.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, babes, what time is it?
Time for us to toast.
Toast!
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Today on the podcast, we are toasting to Spix Macaw.
What up, Spix Macaw?
One of the world's rarest parrots,
Well-
Spix Macaw, whose flight featured in the animated film Rio, has been successfully released back into the wild after having been extinct in the wild. This is thanks to a remarkable and pioneering international conservation effort, partway inspired by the movie. The film was not only a box office hit, but also provided the impetus to bring the parrot back to the wild. Aww,
Yeah,
go parrots!
that's a true story.
There we go.
I remember hearing about that they had gone extinct.
I mean, and now he's back in the wild.
You
Thank
didn't like the
you,
macaw.
She's not a bird person,
don't like
despite
birds?
her name.
Why you like birds?
And that's not misinformation, that's fact. Thank you so much for being here today.
long story.
We love you. You guys, thank you
figure
for
that out.
listening, watching, supporting Tea Time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Comment, like, all the things. Where can they find you?
Everywhere at the Kalen Allen. I make it very
Kalen
easy.
Allen.
Kalen Allen. We
Easy.
love you guys.
Easy peasy.
See you next week.